So when we did that variation list view, after we saved the actual changes to it, we had this messages.success come up. Now, if you've seen this before, you can skip it because we're just implementing that at this time. If you haven't, it's something that's actually really cool. It does a flash message. So what that means is when you do something, the system can alert you that you have done this thing. So if you want to read more about it, you can go into the documentation about messages, so Django contrib messages, and there's all sorts of things that you could do here that make it really nice and easy to work with. So what we're going to be doing is this displaying message part in this one because we've already imported it and set it. So the import was here and we set it down here with some sort of message. So let's go and jump into our base.html. And here underneath the nav bar, I'm going to add in this if messages statement that comes from the documentation itself. So now that we've got that, let's go back into our inventory and let's just hit update. And we found a little bit of a bug. So if we jump into our documentation, what we're going to do here is just change how this works actually and just say if new item.title. So if there's actually a title that's there, then we'll go through the saving. There's other things that we could do to make sure that that's working, but this is really just about the messages stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this post as well. And we'll go back in here, hit continue, and now it says your inventory and pricing has been updated. So it's actually showing that message to us. Again, if we go back and just go into inventory and change anything about it, we can go ahead and hit update and it will show us that same message again. If I refresh, the message goes away. And that's because it's called a flash message. So it's only going to show for a short amount of time and then it's going to go away. And in this case, a short amount of time being one request. So if you request it, any page and you're logged in, then you'll see it. And the nice thing is it's different for each user. So it's based off of the session. It's not based off of like every user sees the same message, which is really cool. So now that we have this, let's actually clean up our base.html to make it work with Bootstrap a little bit better. So Bootstrap has this div class. So I'm going to do div class container, close off container, and then div class equals to alert. And we'll say alert success. So then inside of this alert, we will run the alert itself. And instead of putting it into a list, I'll just put it into a span, or a p tag actually. And then we'll just break it out after and get rid of this ul list stuff. And then finally, I'll also say text center to align the text in the center. So if I refresh and I go to products inventory and hit update, it now gives us something like this, which is cool. So that's now showing us a little bit better of a message notification. There is also a way to dismiss this message, so they can press an X button, but just by going to a different page, it dismisses itself. So if you want to learn more about it, just check out the Django documentation, or excuse me, the Bootstrap documentation for alerts, and you can see all the different kinds of classes you can use for alerts. And we can also add a dismissible, like I said, and put it in as a class, and then adding the actual button to close it out will also allow you to close it. So if we save that and do inventory again, hit update, it gives us this X button and I can hit that and it goes away. But again, if you change the page or do anything with the request, that alert's going to go anyway. All right, so if you have any questions on messages, let us know. Otherwise, let's keep going.